Global News exclusive.
The provincial government has made building homes one of its top priorities. But new numbers show the Ford government failed to meet its own housing target last year.
The province set a goal of 110,000 new housing starts for 2023, but data shows there were only about 86,000. That number actually marks a decline compared to the year before. Queen's Park Bureau Chief Colin D'Mello has more. Colin.
Ontario's Minister of Housing is expressing disappointment in this construction data, saying the province needs to do better. But critics of the Ford government says it has the means to dramatically scale up the number of homes being built in this province, but that the government isn't relying on those tools. It is a provincial preoccupation amid a housing supply crisis. But the Ford government seems to be falling behind on its own goal to build 1.5 million homes by 2031. The latest construction data shows Ontario did not meet last year's target set by Queen's Park. The goal, 110,000 homes beginning construction. The final tally, just over 85,000, in part because of a sluggish economy.
With the economy being what it was and high interest rates, that builders and developers have been saying for some time that it's simply not viable to build large quantities of housing in this economic environment.
But critics argue that the Ford government bears some of the blame. While Ontario's housing starts decreased by 7%, in British Columbia, housing construction actually increased by 11%.
If it was only economic factors, you would not see other provinces increasing housing construction. So the Ford government has to be held accountable.
The difference, according to experts, is BC decided to automatically approve fourplexes province-wide, something that was recommended to the Ford government by the province's own Housing Affordability Task Force in 2022, which 2 years later, the government is still implementing.
If the provincial government had implemented their own task force recommendations, our numbers would be looking more like BC's. That still wouldn't be enough to get us to the target, but it would be closer.
The Ford government says it has acted on 23 recommendations from the task force. 14 are still pending. 2023 was also a tumultuous year in Ontario politics with the Greenbelt scandal. Some critics here at Queen's Park say it is the Ford government's own actions, the Greenbelt reversals and everything that came along with it, that is also partially responsible for these low construction numbers, suggesting that those decisions put a chill on the construction sector. At Queen's Park, Colin D'Mello, Global News.